We have used several command line tools and the applications inside the interpreter of the terminal or the shell in also the previous lesson of the bash shell programming or the shell scripting, that various commands can be useful while using the bash shell. But for one line, all of the commands, Linux is full of command line tools, and that is also by default installed, meaning that once you master all of the commands inside the Linux operating system, you will master the bash shell programming. That is the base part that tells you and gives you everything to work around the Kali Linux and even the Linux operating system, because the architectures are the same in many cases. So in the same lesson that we are going to use some of the commands that are also useful, like the head and tail, that extracts some of the information from a file, and also the word count command, that is the WC. So let's start from the head and tail. So before going to that, we can move to another directory. So if I'm going to all payloads, so cd all payloads, and moving to the XSS payloads or fuzzing XSS .txt. So I'm going to find the all of the contents of the fuzzing XSS.txt file. So as soon as you find any file name that having no any name that is typed like the there is the spaces between the fuzzing and XSS, we can see here the space, one space is left. So once you type that using the fuzzing XSS.txt, it will not be opened, because that might be the Linux considered the separate two commands, that is the first cat and the second is fuzzing, and it tried to find the files and directories. So in that case, what we can do is we need to double quote that all of the just strings or the file names, and then hit enter. Then it will be showing up everything. So this is the file content of fuzzing XSS.txt. Now if I'm going to use the head and tail command, so coming to the first one, that is the first head. So as the name suggests, head command is the striping information from a file within the file contents, and by default it fetches the information of 10 lines. We can just put the syntax to even get the fewer lines, and depending on the file contents you want to fetch from that file. So using the head, we'll get only the first 10 lines of that file, and using the tail command, as the name suggests, it fetches the information from the last of the file. So the same will be there. I'm going to stripe this head and changing the command to tail. This is the last file name, and here is the file content, that is the last one. And using the cat command, we can see that too. So here is the last line. Alright, now coming to the head, we can customize that too, using the head with the number of lines, that is the syntax, and just provide the number of lines like the 4, and same file name that we are going to use. Just hit enter, and the just declared like the number 4 lines will be available using that. Same case is here with the tail command too. It will stripe the last 4, or the defined by you or the user, depending on the number that you define here. So if I'm going to define the number of 10, it will be 10, but by default it just get the information lines 10. You can also get it to more lines, and it will be available. So that's all for the head and tail. This is as simple as that. And at last we can get the man page of the head and tail. So this is for the tail, and quit This is for the head, and all the informations and the syntax and the use cases are there that you can use in different situations and as per the requirement. So that's all for the head and tail. Now let's jump to the home directory there, and let's CLS. We can see there are files like the age.sh, demo.sh, and we can just grab that all of the information from the file contents, meaning that you want to search within the files. So the command is the grep, and that can also be used with the other commands as well. So going to cat command, and age.sh will reveal all of the file contents. But what if I'm going to find only the lines where the gender matches, or the read matches, or anything, any string you want to match for, and find that information from within that. So with the same command line, like, let me clear it. For the same command, we can use the pipe symbol here and use the grep function that will grep the particular file name or the strings you provide. So if I am using the gender, and here we can see this is all of the lines where the gender are there, and it is highlighted automatically. So the syntax for the grep command is to highlight the colors automatically. We can also use the colors like the, in this way, color is equal to never, and there will be no colors available. But this is not the best way. This is by default to colorize the output string that you have searched for within the file, to match that and just highlight that the string. So the grep function is based, and it is used widely by the professionals having the Linux operating system or the Kali Linux even, because some of the times you are going to edit a script, or the bash file script or the shell script that we have already seen previously, to make that tool according to your work, or how you want to function that tool accordingly and according to the user requirement. That is also the subjective part. So in that case, you are going to modify some of those scripts. So finding that script, finding a particular line from the file or the script is better once you are going to grep, because in most of the cases you can also grep the lines from the nmap scanning results that we will see later while we will be testing for the security and stress testing in different situations like the web applications, penetration testing, and local security assessments. So any files can be just put it out using the cat command or any other command, and use the pipe symbol to provide the same in same line with the grep command to grep the desired strings that you want to find from within the file. So now let's have a look on the word count command, that is the WC, that counts the words from within the file. So here is the syntax for that. Let me open up the man page first as usual, and here we can see print new line, word and byte counts for each file. We can use all of the syntax that it provides us, like the switches, C for bytes, M for characters, L for lines, and similarly. So quit it, and coming to the directory where or we can use the age.sh. So the word count for the this way we can see the lines, age.sh, we can see there are 24 lines, and we can also by default the word count command finds more information than the usual. So these are the lines, word counts, and the byte counts. So that's the byte counts, and we can also use all of the switches along with other switches. That will be this way. So this will count the words only. There are only 83 words. We can also use the WC to byte counts, and here it is. Oops, there is an error. That is the C character, that can be used here for the byte counts, and here we can see there is a 476 of the bytes. We can also use other options like the character counts. That will be so the characters and the bytes are same, as simple as that. We can also use the word count with the W switch using this way, and here we can see this is the 83 of the words. So that's the best way to find out if there is the new lines available, like if you want to find the lines of the files or the that you have created for yourself, like the scripts, shell scripts, or any programs that you want to search for what are the new lines and what are the number of lines with the characters count, and all of the details related to the word count we can find out here. Now using the CLS clear it, there is one more command, that is the history, that takes all of the input by the user on the terminal and it stores in the session. So history command will collect all of the data, all of the history that you have typed over the terminal. So in order to if you forget sometimes that what the command was actually that you used earlier, you can use the history command to get the details of the commands that you have typed previously. In the next couple of lessons, we will see how we can use the Boolean expressions within the terminal here to run multiple commands in one line using the matching either by OR and the AND operators. See you in the next lessons.